What if you were asked to sacrifice the one thing you love the most, just to prove your faith? Would you obey without question, or would you walk away from destiny? This is the story of Abraham and Isaac, one of the most intense, emotional, and inspiring stories in the entire Bible. Long ago, in a land called Ur, lived a man named Abram. He was faithful, obedient, and different from the idol worshippers around him. One day, God spoke directly to Abram and made a staggering promise. Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. Abram obeyed. He left everything behind, his comfort, his culture, and his safety, and walked into the unknown. Because faith is not about understanding everything. It's about trusting the one who does. Years passed. God changed Abram's name to Abraham, meaning father of many. But there was just one problem. Abraham had no children. He was nearly 100 years old. His wife, Sarah, was 90. Humanly impossible, right? What's impossible for man is never impossible for God. One day God said, "Sarah, your wife will bear you a son." And true to his word, Sarah gave birth to a boy named Isaac, meaning laughter. Abraham's joy was beyond words. Isaac was the miracle child, the beginning of God's great promise. Then came the test. Years later, when Isaac was a young man, God came to Abraham and said the unthinkable. "Take your son, your only son whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you." Wait, what? This wasn't just a son. This was the son, the promised one. Miracle. The heir to God's covenant. Abraham didn't argue. He didn't delay. He simply trusted, even when the command made no sense. Early the next morning, Abraham saddled his donkey, took 2 servants, and set out with Isaac. For 3 days, they traveled in silence. Can you imagine the turmoil in Abraham's heart? As they neared the mountain, Isaac noticed something strange. "Father, you have the wood and fire. Where is the lamb for the offering?" And Abraham replied with one of the most powerful lines in the Bible, "God himself will provide the lamb." They reached the mountain. Abraham built an altar. He arranged the wood, and he turned to Isaac and tied him up. He placed his own son on the altar. Isaac didn't resist. He trusted his father just like Abraham trusted his God. And then Abraham raised the knife. Seconds from obedience, seconds from heartbreak, seconds from making the ultimate sacrifice. And then a voice thundered from heaven, "Abraham, Abraham, do not lay a hand on the boy. Now I know that you fear God because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in the thicket. God had provided the sacrifice, just as Abraham believed. That day, Abraham called the place Yahweh Yireh, meaning the Lord will provide. And God reaffirmed his promise, "Because you have obeyed me, I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky." This moment became a symbol of ultimate faith, not just in Jewish tradition, but for Christians around the world. For generations to come, people would remember Abraham as the man who trusted God, even when it cost him everything. This story isn't just about obedience. It's about faith, surrender, and divine love. And it foreshadows something far greater. Just as Abraham was willing to give up his son, God would one day give up his own son, Jesus, as the ultimate sacrifice for the world, because love doesn't hold back. Are there things in your life that you're holding on to tightly? Are you trusting God only when it's easy? Like Abraham, we are called to walk by faith, not by sight. To surrender even when we don't understand, and to believe that on the other side of obedience is a miracle waiting to unfold.